Monday, December 22nd, 2014. It is 9:30 a.m. I'd like to note that this meeting was posted in the time and for the manner required by law, and that all members of the court are present. If it's a good meeting for you, if you would please stand. Commissioner Sykes, for your invocation and reflections.
Let us pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this special time of the year. Thank you for the gift of your Son, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for this wonderful community in this county which we represent. Please help us to make proper decisions on their behalf. Thank you for the men and women who stand in uniform between us and the evils of the world. Thank you very much for the wonderful rains we've had. Please bring us more, please. We're tired of it. We pray to you to bring the blessings that this time of the season is all about. The giving, the loving of the families that are represented here and everywhere else in the world. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much. Okay, item number 3, public comments, announcements, presentations. What I have listed here is we've got Nancy Thomas's hours that she has given to us for her certification. Fabulous. Would you like to make any other? We have those in the packets, I think. You want to carry them?
Got this one.
Do you have everything? We have everything that we need.
We have everything we need.
We acknowledge that. Also on announcements is a tentative agenda for the public meeting notice of the regional water planning group, Area B, which covers, I think, a very large part of the county, the Dawn area in that. And that is posted for Wednesday, January the 7th, 2015. The address is 10 a.m. The address is 300 Hammond Road. I'll ask Commissioner Wiley if he what we have on the jail.
What was like is a punch list, which means the additional, sure some lines are done, get it reconnected like it's supposed to electrical stuff. There's one spot up there along the side board, redo, trim, kind of crimp it a little bit. Some of the lead anchors that hold the flanges on the edge of the roofs that come out, I guess, through the years of cracking and chipping and whatever, you can replace a bunch of those. But they're supposed to be starting work. We do have all the metal in, all the flat roof is in.
Substantially.
Yes. It'll be after the first year before the inspection is done for the people that come by inspection so they can do 20-year insurance. They're backed up right now. Everybody's doing the same thing right here. Everything should be good on that. And I asked him too about, the one we have, the other building, we had a year in, every year we have to have an inspection done. He said, listen, so we get all the pros and cons, do's and don'ts. He said he'd give us a copy of it. We go over it.
Very good. Is there anybody other announcements? Anybody?
You got 388 train, you have tested too. The only other thing I'm going to bring up is anybody in here remember why we quit using the drains, the air conditioners, the internal drains? Well, they just that's why most of that PVC's in there. Well, most of the air conditioners went into an internal drain up there on the roof. And what they're thinking part of that is where it comes out, it comes down and does a gooseneck to go out. There may not be enough outside pressure to push it. There's not a filter, not being But that's something we need to investigate and see if we can
All
do
of
that.
the sea drains need to be maintained, because they'll grow old,
Yes.
all kinds of stuff inside, and will block themselves.
If it was an algae problem, that could be corrected. But if it's something else, then we look into it and see. That's something in the future. Check with somewhere there.
Those internal drains are much more user friendly, because, Mr. Gravity is helping with those up and down, rather than
Yes.
horizontal.
That's the other thing we're gonna do.
Can we reopen them and start using them again?
That's what we're talking about doing, is that if we get rid of that PVC pipe, do it the way it's supposed to be done, it'd be a good thing.
I don't think about that. I didn't know when we had, or when we started.
We'll find out.
Is there anything else? Is there anything that the public might wish to mention at this time? Now, we'll continue on with item number 4, Federal County Clerk's minutes from previous meeting, the December the 8th, 2014. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections that need to be made to the minutes?
So,
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers, to accept those minutes as presented. All in favor? That'll be 5-0. Consider Treasurer's financial report.
I gave you copies of September's year-end balances, and I kind of gave you a lot of information, like just look at particular offices or lines that tells you the balances, books and packing. But overall, in the general, we ended up at $475,000. And I do have October ready, but I'm
Very good.
second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Wiley, to accept the Treasurer's report as presented. All in favor? Carried 5-0. Consider auditors' budget amendments, and we'll also include the payment vouchers in that also.
okay, got vouchers. On the vouchers today, are a grand total of $317,831.79. And I pulled some lines, I know it's higher than normal. $152,000 are related to the armed terrorist act. So we are getting those large attorney bills in and other bills related to that case. And that trial didn't start till January, so these are some of the pre-trial. Just some information.
So,
Now road bridges. We also received, one was less than 3,500, 2 around 6,000. 3 was $153, and 4 was $488, $480. So everything's mostly legitimate, like I said, over 150,000 out of the county and district court.
We have a motion. You have a second? Yes, sir.
that's something that's undetermined.
Okay. Have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pruitt, to approve the vouchers payable as presented. All in favor?
And I have one invoice that I request to pay on the jail development. Looks like they had the dishwasher that the jail worked on. So I had to go out 3 different times. The total on the invoice is $891.22. $891.22.
What we have done,
6,007.
so moved. We're looking at
The vendor is Hager Restaurant Services out of
another 9122.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pruitt, to take $891.02 from the jail development to pay for dishwasher repair in the jail. All in favor? Carried. Item number 8, consider tax resale deed, Brandon Purdue, Fielder, Collins, and Mott, our tax collection attorneys. I think we had part of this a couple of weeks ago. It has to do with those lots that the city of Brown was the trustee on. We have a motion to execute, we need to execute that resale deed. Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pruitt, to authorize the execution of the tax resale deeds submitted for 210 Raglan, 212 Raglan, 213 Lease, and 118 Summit. Bill pound $500. All in favor? Carried. Item number 16, which letter report, down to 16. Consider accepting donated materials for Young County Precinct number 4. Any other?
We got a guy there that has for no blacktop. They did hot mix plant set up on the side of the road, and they want all that taken off of it. And he said we can have it when we get it. And go through the course of private property. Get some sand and some water on it and stuff like that. Some bridge it. Clean up this. I drove number 14, not too far up there. Not too far up there. Yeah.
Did he put any quantity on it or anything?
Just whatever that location.
It's whatever their location. There's some screenings and some sand and stuff like that.
Just various road building here.
Yes,
Taking care of it.
yeah, got the components that they use to make. Hot mix with what it is.
Yeah, this had things similar to that. I'll move to accept that.
I'll say.
And that's going to go from its present location to Young County Precinct 4.
Yes.
All in favor? Okay. Okay, so. Take care of item number 9. This is something we don't have to necessarily take action on, but we understand that our financial department is going to go to processing financial work as a probation department.
Yes, we'll be taking on adult and juvenile probation invoices and all of their cash deposits.
This is a statement of financial position as of August 31st, 2014 in our adult probation department. I think for courtesy of our information, I move we acknowledge receipt of that statement.
You have additional capacity to handle all that?
I hope so. They don't have quite as many invoices and payables as the entire county, so it's a lot less. But what I'm doing is,
But it is additional.
it is additional, and my new assistant will be taking on all that. And we're setting up account numbers in the computer to have it in our net data system, just for record only. And also, I think Teresa is also going to keep separate books, so we'll be able to compare and make sure everything is done correctly.
Got motion by the second by Commissioner Wiley, all in favor of acknowledging that financial position.
Okay, we've got about 10, 15 minutes.
Let's go to item number 10, radio circumstances claim.
Sure. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all having you come in on Boston, Texas.
Yes. I actually called Dwayne here and also had representatives from the Sheriff's Office and the Police Department in Salt Creek. Voice their concern with this radio system and tell them how it is.
Okay.
Well, once again, I appreciate y'all inviting me to come down today. I prepared some numbers and a couple of different solutions to address the problems of some of the coverage areas and issues that you're having on your two-way radio system. The first solution, I do have quite a few fire departments using this first solution. It's going to be a standalone repeater with a link coming back into your primary repeater. On this first solution, you gain access to another location through the second repeater, and we link them together. Anything the primary repeater hears will retransmit or rebroadcast it on the secondary repeater, and extend your coverage. You're essentially doubling your coverage. I did go 250 because we have in the past looked at putting something up on the site that the city of Albany owns. We've got to look further into that, get authorization by the city of Albany. I know that there's some dead areas, especially for the SO around that area. This solution, the drawback to this solution is you're going to have to select a different channel where you're on this secondary repeater. But the one positive thing for this solution is that you do have a transmitter closer to you in that area, and in houses and stuff in all the area you'll be able to talk with portables and hear a lot better with portables. The second solution that I have there is a solution, and currently I've got the Wichita County Sheriff's Office using the second solution. What we do is we have one primary transmitter, and it's going to be the one that we just moved to this last few months back, and then we put a voting site in. The advantage to this system is that you're not having to switch channels. You still run on your primary channel. Okay, the deputy or firefighter or whoever wouldn't know that he would have to switch channels or anything, so it would be kind of seamless to him. And what happens is at your remote voting site, we would vote a signal from that site, vote a signal from your primary site, and then the piece of equipment is made by JPS. It would vote the two and see which one is the clearer signal with the least amount of interference in it, and it would choose that, and then that would be the signal to rebroadcast. I know most areas that you can hear your transmitter, you just have trouble talking into it. And so that would be a solution that would really help you in that situation to where you can hear throughout your whole county with your primary site, but with your portables and what have you, you just can't get into it. You're just in a dead area, you can hear, and you just feel helpless because you can hear, but you can't talk back. And this would allow you to talk back and increase your portable coverage, pretty much is what this does through the whole the whole region or whole area that you're trying to talk.
So what you can do then with this voter system, you can put it in multiple tower
We can
locations.
put them in multiple locations. What I've got listed there is just one site, and we'll both that back into this main primary site, just west of town here. And if we find another need for another location, we'll put a site up there. You add a card to your voter, your SVN 12, and then you vote that third site. Up in Wichita Falls or Wichita County, we're voting 4 sites currently. And they've got portable coverage, and they can talk in their surrounding communities, Electra, Bird, all the areas downtown Wichita Falls and everything, because they've got voting receivers there, and it votes on the best signal receivers. And they really like it, and it has increased their portable coverage. Yes, we can use the only system, or the only tower up there. And then, like I say, if we need some filler sites or something, we can add those later. And it's the same with the first solution. We can add sites to it. The other drawback to that is every radio's got to be touched and reprogrammed and channels added. But I like the first system for like fire departments because of the paging and what have you, and they're more reliant on trying to get the signal and on the paging side of it. But when it comes to change, right? Well, what the difference in this system is that they're all tied together. Like right now, if they're talking on Alton PD, the SO's not here. So we would have this system up there, different channel that would talk on it, and we rebroadcast on the SO channel. If we wanted to put one down in another region or another area that you're having coverage problems in, they talk on that, and all repeaters go at the same time. It's a simulcast system, but it's not operating on the same frequency. Okay, the first system you manually change the channel. So if you're in an area, and once again, this we set them up on fire departments, it's the area that the fire department works in. So you just stay on that system and run that system. If you're a deputy or something, and you're patrolling around all the area, you can switch your channel over to that and stay on that channel and operate in that area. You're trying to talk to someone in the southern part of the county. When you bring that repeater up and on, it keys up your primary repeater and allows it to talk. So instead of having 30 miles of coverage around your repeater, or 25 miles of coverage around your repeater, you've got your extended area up there, which you're going to have 25, 30 miles of coverage around. Also,
So it boosts your transmission and relays it to the primary repeater?
yes, it retransmits at that location and then relays it to your primary repeater. Your primary repeater keys up. Now your dispatch, they don't know the difference. They're keying up on their primary
It's
repeater.
coming in on the same frequency.
The same frequency they've always used. It's coming in on the primary repeater. They key up the primary, it goes out to our satellite.
You're there, you're having trouble getting back to the primary, change that other frequency and relay.
Change that other frequency. Or run on that frequency. And most, I would have to say you'll probably got 90% coverage with mobiles, 95% coverage with mobiles in the county. So, you just have to worry about your portals and switching channels.
So once you switch the channel to
Yeah.
other channel,
Yeah.
you can still hear what everybody's.
You can hear what everybody's
It's just coming across the primary channel.
Right, it's
Still
not a
coming. Yeah, it's not a channel.
Steve, let's talk about this.
Yeah, listening and training, you hear everything.
Well, half the money just simply changing that frequency doesn't sound like it's not a problem.
Is there any, way this, way system is laid is,
That system, the waste system they have, on the channels, the one underground, they have, said that you're allowed to use this, in this area, what have you, but our repeaters are so close together that it's really not gonna help us any. And, it's just, you're currently on what I call Radio Hill, on the Grand Fires tower up there, about 200 foot. Well, you've got a 420-foot tower just right here west of town. So you're not going to achieve anything by operating that way system.
when we relocated that, repeater to that tower right up here was kind of gained about 100 feet.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. And it seems like, I know for the PD, it probably helped quite a bit when we relocated your tower. And it helped the city quite a bit. But anytime you move frequencies around and stuff, you're gonna have a spot that you were able to talk before and now can't talk. And that's just the nature of it.
Large areas we live in, that's just
Correct.
we live in the flat ground and everything be a lot different story. We were in hills and valleys and all.
This first method gives us another tower, something different terrain to use than the ones that we've got blocked. That's like it now, it doesn't proceed. So
It's all whatever you want to think for you, or what don't think for you.
Been working to spend 12,000 or 23,000. And like I said, I'm sure that the departments can train their personnel to do this.
There's nothing back your way.
We're already switching to the only channel whenever we go to home. So it's already a second nature thing.
Right.
This way
The
you
problem arises whenever we have a situation like tonight, where it's hard to unholster your handheld and switch channels. So, under those circumstances, that's what the problem.
So 99.9% of the time, we can switch.
But if we had this one, regional channels, then when they hit Loving, Gene, Albany, they just
They switch the channel. They know we're talking about.
When you enter the area,
When you enter there, when you get ready to do a traffic stop or whatever, switch your channel, just know that, hey, I'm in this area, I'm going to this channel. And
Mark, they're always just going to mess with it. And they can work out.
it's just, I don't know if we've got a tower that we can,
But yeah, there was that tower that was okay.
yeah. But, it's just something that'll have to be kind of habit forming and, you get used to and know that you're in this area. You're going to be in that area, just operate.
and a system like this can be added in the south
Yes.
corner,
Yes.
southwest corner.
And, all we had to do is just apply for the FCC license. And with what Archer County is doing, they're I don't know if y'all received the email from them, but they're going to start dispatching nothing but digital. And they will still monitor the analog side, but for your deputies that are up around that area, they'll need to hear the digital side just in case there's something coming into Young County. And they've got a system just like what your county has here. And they can switch to digital if they want to switch to digital, they can stay on analog. But just like here, we've chosen to run analog, and they've chosen to run digital. We're going to have to touch all the radios, reprogram.
So do you think with digital would help more than analog in this county?
Oh, digital, and for the ones that used radios, back before 2013, when we were wideband, there was better coverage. We could talk further. When we went narrowband, we lost about 10% of our coverage on narrowband. Well, digital gains that 10% back. So it will work digital will talk better. The thing with that is the PD here in Graham did not have digital radios with the, on the SO side. But, if we go to the voting on the, just the receivers, we'll lose the digital capability of that repeater. That's just the way that we've got to vote. If we go with the satellite repeater around the whole area, you'll still have that capability of going digital with this side down here, if y'all want to go digital with it. But on the area will be an analog only, and you can talk analog there, and it'll repeat analog, because you are mixed up here. And I don't know how often the SO goes digital, or if they do digital.
That's the direction we were heading.
It is. It's the direction that the federal government would like to see everybody headed, but all the money dried up, and there's just no grant funding out there to run everybody over to digital. Now, like I say, the county is, as far as the SO, has got all digital radios. They can talk digital today if they want to. The other departments, being Graham PD and Alden PD, they do not have digital radios.
One of our standard SO handheld radio, portable radios, in optimum conditions, what's the range to get back to the repeater homeowners if it was perfect condition?
But once again, like was stated earlier, the terrain, I mean, it just depends. Now,
I'm looking at optimum conditions.
on optimum conditions,
You got ground.
you got flat ground, you're looking at the horizon about 12, 13 miles. And you can talk inside the houses and other stuff like that. You get past that 12, 13, your portable stop. You double that pretty much with your mobiles. You get 30, 35, 40 miles on flat ground. But once you trees and your hills and your valleys and everything like that, you just kind of shoot yourself in the foot because of the terrain.
We shoot almost on the side.
What, right now?
Yeah.
Well, you tend to get better than that. 8 to 10 to 12 miles before. I'm not so sure what your real life coverage is, because any program when we do the propagation studies that we done prior to relocating your repeater, that's all pretty much up to how you enter all the data, and real time, real life ranges are going to vary on any of your propagation, and then we usually say you get 10 miles or 12 miles and talk to 18 miles with my board. It's a funny thing. So RF, I don't know how this like it here. I know that we had problems in this big building here with it sometime. But back before we relocated the repeater west of town, but y'all had a hard time talking to the repeater out of the courthouse here. Just depending on where you were. And that's probably 4 miles, 5 miles of road lines. So it's just a hard question to ask, what kind of coverage you're getting with this.
Well, I just wondered, signal from a radio, if it was straight line of sight to the repeater, if it had any arcing.
No, it's straight line. It has, being VHF, it does have a little arc, curvature there, a little probably curvature there. The higher frequency you go is more straight line, but VHF will cover follow the curvature of the earth somewhat. It's better. That's why we use it in a rural area. It's just VHF. You get to your metropolitan area, and they use 800. 800 is used to penetrate through this building and talk better in this building. And that's why they use it there. But for one side, one system, VHF is the best frequency can be.
Coming out. figure something out.
Well, the leak repeater will not predispose us from using pitching.
No, will not, will
The
not.
other one will.
The other one will.
Yes.
Because what I've got to do then to your repeater ceases to be a repeater, it becomes a base station. I take your received signal coming into your repeater, run it through my equipment, and then vote it against your remote sites or your satellite sites, and then rebroadcast that signal. And the only way that we can vote is analog then. It becomes an analog only system. But if you do your remote site, repeater remote site, you don't even touch the site. That's why the labor's so much cheaper and everything else on it. We don't have to touch the site or anything.
We talk about our primary.
Yeah, your primary, we don't have to touch it. With the voting system, you've got to put another antenna up there on this FTV tower side. And that would be wasting site availability through them on that. But on this, on the repeater, you don't have to. The remote repeater somewhere will link back. You don't do anything to your primary side.
You can see it on back around here.
Yes, sir.
You're supposed to put it along.
Well, just on these remote sides. Yeah. Your repeater that y'all purchased in 2012, it's going to stay.
It's supposed to.
That's all good.
It's now.
Yes. Then that's your current system.
Any of you guys have any questions?
Not really up to snuff on everything that y'all are discussing. Maybe for me, if you wanted to find out a little bit more, how it's gonna impact us.
I don't think it's really going to impact the PD any because y'all, once you've got good coverage here in the city. And,
Respond to the county,
yeah.
back up the county.
Yeah, but when what we're talking about is adding a side up around the Almy area. I don't know if y'all respond quite that far out, but if you do, you can program it into your units and stuff. And but it's just primarily looking at something up around the Almy, and this side around this area will stay the same. Your guys won't know the difference between someone talking on the Almy repeater going back into the Young County repeater, or just talking directly in the Young County repeater. You won't know a bit of difference. There'll be a little bit of time issues, but very, very little.
Do y'all have any areas, Kelly?
Kind of same as everybody else. We operate on the fire department channel.
But that will affect them too, right? Will it also affect the fire department channel?
No, I mean, it's just going to be set primary SO channels on the tanks like that. And we need to be, or need to, we can do this on any of your systems here in Graham or Young County. We can do it on any of the systems.
So you could put it in theirs in case they're.
Yeah, in case they need to.
Right, things switched to.
Yeah, in case they need to. If y'all are up around, something happens up around Gwinnett or something, or comes in up around the Almy area and stuff, y'all need to get on that and talk back into Graham's dispatch and everything. Y'all can switch that
Yeah,
channel.
we need to temporarily tackle this issue for this committee because we've got time specific item here that we need to get to. And we'll come back to that, explain the name around a little bit, we'll come back to it.
Means you can leave one.
We need to come down to here to item 12, and that's consider bid, call for road material review. That was a 10 o'clock item, we're a little late, okay?
We received some bids, let's do the block bids first, because they're the ones I received first. I received rock bids from Zach Burkett, Ingram Concrete, and Tex Rock Industries. Now, these Ingram, Tex Rock, and Zach Burkett. There's Zach Burkett.
to the meeting, we'll get these open and paid. I
feel like about 5 copies of all of these, and then I could give everybody a copy to look at it. While you are looking at those, I'll go ahead and open the culvert bid and the fuel bid.
Keeps the price low.
It's the culvert bid for contact. And I had one fuel bid from All Star. Culverts went up, I guess.
I hope you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Timmy?
Timmy. Five copies.
Here's some more of them.
And I'll make y'all a copy of that. Yeah, savings.
I've never seen
What, Rob?
that. I know, I seen Ingram and see tax roll.
Open them all, I'll hand them all through.
Was that good?
She makes
They're good.
Okay.
There's a lot of people here that have questions.
Here's the others.
There's work here. The culverts go up the whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I want to get this into the,
If you're coming up,
office.
it's about all south of Lone.
That was Rockland.
Do you want me to go get the bids from next year?
475.
We all know pretty much those big, with lots of things, rich projects coming.
Okay.
475 and 650.
Yeah. 475.
All your officers here. We're just talking all this match.
So y'all didn't see that?
This is right here. It's going
It's dangerous. Hazardous, do not help.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got the real, I'm ready.
But you want to
Contact the one we had did for us, with last year.
Yeah, that's the one that was good for a year.
Now we move, we accept the bid and contact the Coleman. Get you out of the way.
I'll second.
Well, I think ever since they bought West Texas and all of those other little countries around there,
On the player again.
single source. There's one of them way down in South Texas. Central South.
Go in there. So,
Okay, we have a motion, Commissioner Sykes, and a second by Commissioner Wiley to accept the bid of Contech for the purchase of steel culverts. All in favor? Carried, 5-0. Okay. Okay, what's your pleasure on fuel?
From looking at the All-Star fuel bid, it appears that this bid is actually for markup on quantities on whatever the right price happened to be at the time we ordered it. So by staying at the price of the day like we're doing now, we are virtually getting into the same situation. At least we're putting people in competition with each other on a daily basis rather than just one day annually. So I'm thinking we should thank them very much for their bid, reject the bid, stay with our bid of the day when we purchase fuel.
I agree.
Commissioner Rogers, or am I thinking wrong?
Yeah, the way I am, I think I may get a better bid, just my location.
Yeah.
I might get a cheaper freight rate on it. May not have that markup coming out of there.
Yeah, they're not bidding the price of fuel, they're bidding their markup. And I understand that, because obviously fuel is going to be a very volatile pricing situation, especially the first half of this year.
That's all anybody will bid is a cents per gallon off of additional to a rack price, whatever they may buy at.
As long as the commissioners are willing to go ahead and pick up the phone when they need fuel and bid it out like that, I think the trouble is worth it so far as the county's concerned.
Well, we'll do whatever, before we do whatever before we do, but if you reject the bid, technically you're supposed to re-advertise and ask for the bid again. If you have a responsible single bid, the court should accept that, but we never have.
This bid doesn't tell me what the price of my fuel is going to be.
Excuse me?
This bid doesn't tell me what the price of my fuel is going to be.
Neither is that other person.
I understand.
We're just gonna tell you what.
I'll only
price
know
is
the day
that.
I call it back. And it's not like I can wait till next month to buy it, because I'm gonna call it when I need it.
Okay, so.
So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
In the long run, it saves money there. It really does. A lot.
Well, I'm just telling you what the code says.
Well, like you said, we've done it this way forever. I'll second his motion.
What motion was that? Was that
Yeah,
the?
we reject the bid on All-Star and go to our,
Okay, you're moving to reject All-Star's bid.
point of order is, does that automatically put us back to where we were before?
And,
Or we have to approve that again? Will that return us to the method in which we're buying fuel in?
well, yeah, I think you have to reject that bid,
And then,
and make a determination of how you're going to, how you're going to purchase fuel, whether that be on the best price of the day or after we
but
contact.
you tell us the price of the day is not part of the,
We have to have some kind of a competitive means to buy fuel.
are the bids that they place the day we call and ask for in the auditor's office not means of competitive bids?
Ask me that again.
The bid requests that we ask for on the day we purchase fuel that are faxed into the auditor's office, are they not proof of competitive bid?
I say you have to develop terms, conditions of a competitive procedure. You need to state that in that motion, whatever procedure.
But I'm saying if we continue the way we're doing it, or if we're in some sort of violation, we need to find a way that we're not.
Okay, you're wanting to continue the best price of the day.
Yes.
That'll be stated in the motion. Reject All-Star fuel bid and continue best price of the day.
Is the best price of the day policy, is it spelled out anywhere in the document or anything? Does it need to be?
What do you mean, an hour?
Yes.
It just
Have we defined best price of the day, in case we're ever asked what that means?
No, not as far as I know.
We kind of made that in the motion.
Yeah, we come with it.
So it's in the minutes somewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Couple years.
Okay, all in favor of that?
Abstain.
Mark me as, we'll mark one opposed and one abstention. And my opposition is because we're not following the code. So that'll be a 3, 1, and 1 vote. I'm opposed, and Mr. Wiley's abstaining. Excuse me?
Make a motion that we accept Zach Markey.
Okay. We've got a motion by Commissioner Pruitt.
With, also with, if you look at the second page, and the amenable to the Young County Precinct 2 purchasing. Which is. I don't know if we need to put that in there.
Take it, Rob. It's the same deal.
Okay, so Vine, West Texas limestone, same as Vine, is that perfect?
Right, this is what we've been doing. We did that, Mark helped me with it last year and got it fixed up.
I'll second that.
Okay, very good. We have a motion by Commissioner Pruitt, and a second by Commissioner Wiley to accept the bid of Zach Burdick Company for the purchase of road materials of various varieties with an exception on there for Young County Precinct number 2 for a location for purchase at a location in Breckenridge, Texas, for a Breckenridge location. All in favor?
Yeah.
Is that 5-0? Okay, 5-0. And we accomplished that task. Huh? Okay. 5 minutes, big enough? Okay, 5 minute recess. Okay, we're back in session. 15 minutes till 11. We have accepted bids for road materials and fuel and culverts. We tabled temporarily item 10, item 10. Let's go back to item 10 and continue the discussion regarding the options we have with upgrading our radio system.
Where will the money come from to upgrade?
Y'all tell
So
me.
this wasn't in the budget.
One place it could come from right now is contingency.
Have you got any more questions you need to ask Dwayne?
You can come down your price.
How much were you talking?
12,023.
No,
12,807.
12,000, excuse me, I was thinking 2.
You know, the thing that we gotta do before we ever make a decision on this right here is just see if we can get permission from them.
There's another roadblock there.
You know, if they say yes, then we can go forward with it.
We need to inspect that tower.
Yeah, we possibly need to pull an inspection or have someone inspect it and check the wind loading of the tower. Because we have, there's only, the city of Albany's on it, only PD's on it, only fire's on it, and all EMS is on it, so.
Well, let's go ahead and start the preliminary work towards accepting this particular $12,800 bid on this repeater system. So that we can vote on it maybe in the first week of January, the first meeting in January.
You think you can get out there by then, Dwayne?
Yeah, I can, and I'll get with the city and talk to them about it.
Jim, do you have anything you need to say about the radio system? Do you have any input there?
Actually, I don't see the need in spending the money, honestly, if this is the solution. Because the only benefit to this system, the remote system, is you're allowing officers to hear what's going on only on the primary channel. We're already switching channels in Olney, so the only holdup would be dispatch relaying the need for help in Olney on primary channel if that ever came about. So I can't see spending that money.
I thought that wasn't true, from what Wayne was saying. Once you hit, let's say, Gene or whatever, you just switch it to channel 2, and it's still just like being on channel 1. But you hit that repeater over in Holland. Is that not correct, Wayne?
That's correct, you're hitting a repeater on, and then it's rebroadcast on your primary repeater. Your units, if you have a unit, without relaying through dispatch, you can talk to a unit on your primary repeater.
Right, I understand that.
And then, and you know, these,
What was the problem then you had in Olney communicating? What is your communication problem?
That night,
No, the one precipitated this conversation.
right, it was just lack of a chain of command there on scene with the circumstances, how they unfolded. We couldn't establish that quick enough. Typically, you get everybody else on scene on a secure channel and have one guy operating the command center, relaying stuff to dispatch. In this case, you had people on the SO primary, on Olney channel, and they were just talking all over each other instead of going through a command. So that could have solved that whole problem that night. It just wasn't done, being the circumstances, bullets flying over your head and everything. It just couldn't be done. With more training and stuff, it could possibly be done in the future. I just haven't seen that situation yet. So.
Trust me, with training and stuff, it's still gonna happen. Am I not right, Chief Widener? Everybody gets excited on something like that, and everybody just walks over everybody.
So do we not have a communication problem with the northwest corner of the county?
I mean, I don't see, I think we need to take one.
Are your portables hitting
Boot off.
the Graham Tower from Olney? They're not. So, I mean, your portables are not.
But
we switched to Olney channel, and we can talk to dispatch and everybody else on Olney channel. We could hear Olney channel over half the county.
But do you not understand? I mean, you can switch all you gotta do, let's say there's a line, and it wouldn't be hard. I mean, I was a deputy before. Once you get to Loving or Gene or whatever, you switch it to this channel, and you're still on the primary channel. It's just boosting it on that channel. And then when you get back over to Newcastle, that area, you just switch it back to one. But you're not really changing channels. You're still on the same channel. It's just hitting their
But you
tower.
have to change the channel when you go to that zone.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as driving to that zone anyway.
No,
You
it's
switch
not.
to Olney.
You get a stronger channel, though, this way than you are the other.
Right, because right now, you can't hit a tower when you're off in, let's say, Gene or whatever. And this way, if you're on channel 2, let's just say I'm just using 2, then you would be able to hit the tower, and you're still hitting your repeater, the main SO channel. You don't see that?
Oh, I understand how it works.
So why wouldn't it be an advantage?
It's working now when we go to that area. We switch to Olney. I mean, that's.
But why? Yeah, but then your dispatch over here in Graham can't hear you because you're on Olney channel.
No, they hear us.
So they monitor Olney.
Yes, yes. We dispatch for Olney.
Then why spend the money?
Okay, all right. I just thought it would help. Sorry about what
Chief, you want to add a little to this?
Well, like I said, my understanding, this is to improve portables, being able to do this. The mobiles are pretty reliable, but portables were what y'all were trying to fix.
It's so cool.
How about some fire boys back there?
But this won't affect us at all. We're operating off of one tower, and we have the same dead spots doing it. Or worse. Yeah, at Markley and.
Our handhelds are probably our biggest concern, being out in the county. So I was telling Jim earlier, sometimes we'll be on say it's a motor vehicle accident, we're over in the ditch and we decide we need something. Our handhelds are not good. But normally there's DPS is there or the sheriff's office is there, and we'll ask them to relay, to the SO or to dispatch if we need another ambulance or a call, for a helicopter or whatever. But short of them being there to do that for us, we actually have to leave the patient, get back in the ambulance and get on the mobile radio to make a call.
So if you're on the scene of a remote plane crash in the northwest corner of the county, you'd be difficult out in that pasture or away from there getting connection.
Sure.
So it would be an advantage to you.
This this program right here, if they were up in that area, it would be a benefit. If they were down here
And a lot.
Besides Wildcat,
Well, it's probably not gonna do anything for
That's what we were talking about, is like, this year we do this one in Alney, next year we do one over in the Liceville area or something like that. And just keep adding them, and then pretty soon, every one of those square inches will be covered.
Well, but the problem with that is if we're out working a fire and we're talking on that radio, then, Alney and Young County Dispatch have to listen to us out there talk on the radio. They're not gonna do that long. You know, we have to have our own discrete channel to make this work. And,
We're not talking about banning everybody into one channel.
well, I know, so it's not having any benefit for us at all, is what I just said.
Oh, okay.
it. Brent, you,
Well, I'm big on the portables, because I'm out in the field a bunch, and I'm away from the truck, and most of the time the portables, especially up north, don't work. Now, I have a cell phone, and cell phones work great. What you find though, in mass casualty situations, especially if it's involving your whole county, is your phone system's gonna go down. Because it's gonna get overloaded and you're not gonna be able to use your phones. So, you know, we all get complacent in using our cell phones when we can't use our portables. But I use an example down at PK, is we go down there every weekend and work, everything's working fine. But we get a major weekend like July 4th, all of a sudden none of our cell phones work. So that we're having to rely on the radio, which has a whole bunch of holes in it down there, which is a real problem for us. And so that when we have major things happen, we absolutely can't communicate with anybody. We actually have to go to the Brazos River Authority channel and hit their tower to make anything work at all. But at least we've got the ability to go to the BRA tower and use it. But I mean, that's where you gotta be real cautious when you're making these decisions and look at the big picture of being prepared for the big scenario that occurs. Let's just say an explosion in wherever Albany, or tornado in Albany. Well, immediately, everybody in Young County is gonna start calling to see if their relative or friend or whatever, they're just gonna get on and see what's going on, which is gonna shut your phone systems down. So your law enforcement isn't gonna have access to their phones. So if you look at it from that aspect of when your phones don't work, what can you really do with your radios? And that's the aspect you should be looking at it, because it's all fine and dandy for these smaller events, but when something major happens, it's gonna be whatever your radios do. Because if you don't have the radios, I promise you, you won't have the phone system.
you're saying we're gonna have to fall back on radios.
They're gonna have to
That's our
turn
last line.
100%. It will be your radios, it won't be your phones. So,
Okay, anybody else?
I was just gonna say, if we're gonna approach this, we've always done it based on political subdivisions. It'd be nice if we could all get together and come up with a comprehensive plan that works with everybody.
I
I mean, if
agree.
you're fixing park here, and it may not address needs of somebody else, maybe if we could have to sit down, talk about where we all need to be down the road, and work towards that. Because we still have problems with, not having the same frequencies in the radios. The portable coverage, is an issue now. There's just several areas that it would probably be to our benefit to look at and discuss with Dwayne, everybody, with our issues before you go to throwing money at something that may not benefit everybody.
We come around this table and have a discussion between now and our next meeting that Commissioner Rogers and Commissioner Pruitt.
Yeah, I think there needs to be I think we need to have some confidence that we're correcting or mitigating a problem. And I know some problem's not there yet myself, so, yeah, and I wouldn't be opposed to one or two members of this court getting with, the other entities,
And then go ahead and do that preliminary work on it if we decide to go
fire
forward.
departments and all those.
Let Dwayne go ahead and do it.
Dwayne, probably, he needs to be a center part of it to develop a plan of action to, you know, that we may be heading in the right direction. I don't know on this, but,
But we want everybody's input.
this, I think, to go do this, to say, let's go do this, just yet.
And that's what Chief Widener's saying, I mean, if it's not gonna benefit everybody. But if it benefits some, though, you gotta think of that too, in some situations, but if we can all get on the same page and be all one, it'd be great. Get a place and a time, I'll be there.
If there's a problem, I'd like to fix it the best way possible for the least amount of money, obviously.
Can you get a couple of your councilmen to be there and stuff?
I'm sure they'd be interested in it.
Great.
You may test the holes too before you have the meeting, just kind of determine where those boundary zones are.
Do you know what those are?
You know, I mean, y'all have an idea, right?
I'm
Guys?
sure Brent probably wouldn't anybody.
Deputy's not for anybody.
No, Iceland, I bet Iceland would.
He's walking fatty.
He's under the log.
And that would give you an idea of kind of the, if you just have a 5 mile area in Liceville, but you have a 25 or 50 square mile area in Albany, and that's gonna be much, and higher people versus not hardly anybody living over here. You know, you can really address your issues, because the state's dealt with this for years, and it can get out of hand. You know, if you start throwing, it's hard to throw enough money at it, so you really need to have a really nice, concise plan, so you don't spend too much money and address your major holes for the people, where you're gonna have the majority of the people.
Okay. How about we table this issue for a little further study?
Right, and let Dwayne go ahead and check out that tower and stuff, all that while he's here.
Yeah.
There's no reason I think we couldn't move it forward a little bit though. So
We can move it forward, but let's.
We'll make that decision.
It may not be after the first year, because I'm sure Chief Widener probably agrees with me right now during the holidays, it's gonna be hard to get everybody until just after the holidays.
Where's the county at on getting their antenna stuff moved?
We're at, Mr. Bright Christ's mercy, he said it'd be the spring.
Spring? That should help y'all quite a bit, then, shouldn't it?
We're hoping it does, yeah.
We don't know till it gets moved. What you gonna get, 200 more foot?
Got 200 foot and that's good, and a new cable. The cable we have right now has a leak in it.
Well, what we've experienced in our move, we went with new cable, new antenna.
That's what we got already bought.
It made all the difference in the world.
Yeah. Brian Christ is furnishing that, he's donating that for him. But ours has a hole in it right now, and if it rains again, we're gonna be on there.
We don't have to worry about that very often though.
You reset some more.
Okay, let's,
So I move that we table this and maybe until the second meeting in January. Would that be right, Chief?
I'm
About the
sorry,
second meeting in January that we have, which would be,
Y'all meet before that?
yeah, I'm trying to meet between
Right,
then and then. Right.
who from this court wants to be on that Iowa study? You wanna be on it? No, y'all, some of y'all be on it. Okay, you want, no need, but just two of us. At least at least one time. Right, it can be different one.
I'll move that we table it.
Then we'll go ahead and post the meeting, so we can all sit in on the meeting and do everything at one time. We have our big meeting.
So what you prefer to do is have a gathering here?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the main issue that we're gonna look at in this deal is portable stuff. Is that correct? Because that's one of the most crucial times, when you're in the ditch, or when you're in the.
You know, an officer away from his car, when
Whenever
he's
you're
supposed
over here somewhere in a car, and there's fire, and somebody starts shooting at you. That's the main deal.
And like Kelly said, the main time he uses his is he's out. I'm sure Wayne, when they're all fighting fires, I don't run back to your truck. You know, sit there and talk. So it is an issue for everybody.
And
Well, Officer Isom, everybody he talks to, so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say, can I make a motion for you?
I make that motion for you. Make the motion as you heard it.
Okay, I'm gonna think the word that Matt Pruitt moved to table this issue, for a future call meeting, with the stakeholders of our radio system. Second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor?
And thank you, everybody, for coming.
I'll have my assistant contact all of you and to schedule some meetings. All of the stakeholder parties, and that includes Dwayne. If we can make a time that fits his schedule where we can all meet, because he's the one that's got all of the information that we need. And all the prices that we need. Okay, very well. All in favor of that, did we vote 5-0? Okay.
Thank you, guys, for coming. I appreciate it.
I think that's a good move, Mike. Okay. With the court's pleasure, we'll jump down here to item number 15. And this is to consider adopting a resolution in support of HB 293. That's a deal that our Representative Springer was pre-introduced, and it's for honoring a former game warden in the area, Mr. Joseph Marshall Evans, and we're going to have Brent Ison here to give us a little dissertation about that.
Good deal. I printed off this, and you may have it in your packet, but in 1965, did anybody remember where Highway 254 is?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1965, Warden Joe Evans died in a head-on crash on 254 just outside of Graham, about 3 miles. So I'll pass this around just so y'all can view it.
More properly identified today as
Highway 16, just outside of Graham there. And I guess 254 actually, part of that road may still cut off, I'm not sure. It goes, Salem Loop, is that right? Yeah.
Oh,
This is a resolution of the Commissioners Court of Young County, Texas, authorizing support for passage of state legislation establishing a portion of State Highway 16 as a game warden Joseph Marshall Evans Memorial Highway in the state of Texas. Whereas the Young County Commissioners Court supports amending the Texas Transportation Code to designate a portion of State Highway 16 in Young County from the Palo Pinto County line northeast to the municipal limits of Graham as the Texas Game Warden Joseph Marshall Evans Memorial Highway. Whereas Texans lost a valuable member of the law enforcement community with the death of Texas Parks and Wildlife Department Game Warden Joseph Marshall Evans. Game Warden Evans was born in 1928. Evans was on May 5th, 1965, drove his 1964 Plymouth Patrol sedan to Graham, Texas to send a BI-REL to Austin mandatory monthly public water samples for testing. On his return trip to Jack County, he patrolled for game and fish law violations along Rainy Slick State Highway 16. Just after noon, 3.3 miles southeast of Graham, Joe was involved in a head-on collision with another sedan. He died the following day in Wichita Falls. So anyway, we'd like y'all to support this resolution that Representative Springer is going to present to the House and hopefully have the support of the House. And if they have the support of you guys and no opposition there, then I'm sure the House will pass this as stands.
Thank you. In your packet there's a little more explanation of that. You may have read some of that rest portion down here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all got a packet. I didn't want to take up all your time here, but it gives about 8 or 10 pages of just different information. And it should not be any cost to Young County. This cost will come out of the State Highway Department and the Texas Game Warden Association. It's going to be providing the plaques and any changes.
I move that we support the resolution 28 for House Bill 293.
I'll second it.
All right. Okay, Commissioner Pruitt moves, Commissioner Wiley seconds that we adopt resolution number 028-FY 2015 in support of HB 293, which will honor former game warden Joseph Marshall Evans, as presented by Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife Game Warden Mr. Brent Ison. All in favor? Carry.
Okay, thank you. I've got, I guess I'll pass this around maybe for a signature, and I'll send that on to you. Okay. Forward that on to the state.
So 16 South will, if that passes, will be known as the Joe Evans Memorial Highway.
From the city limits to the Palo County line.
That's kind of cool.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you.
Okay, you want me to put the dates in this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is 22nd day of December 2014. We'll get a copy of that minutes. And while we're on resolutions, we might as well back up here. This number 14, we have one more resolution here that concerns the canines that are in possession of the Young County Sheriff Department. Yeah. We need a copy of that. Okay, it comes to our attention by Officer Rudolph here that the canines that are in our possession, one of them being a drug dog, Luca, I believe the name is, and the other a bloodhound tracking dog, Boo Ray. They've come to the age evidently of retirement, and it's the intent of Mr. Bogart and the SO, and I think probably the Commissioner's Court too, try to see that those animals get proper care to finish out their retirement years. I'll turn this over to you for a little bit.
I've made arrangements with the Young County Humane Society to facilitate the adoption process. They're more than willing to make sure all their vet records are up to date, which they are. There's some stuff with Pam and Dr. Burns, and they'll put a microchip in the dogs and review the application for adoption and get them adopted.
Okay, we put together this resolution, did a little investigating and asking questions about this type of property and how, what proper way to dispose of that. And you have that, I believe, in your packet, email from Jim Allison and New York too. Where we've come to the conclusion that there's not a whole lot of law relates to that, but I believe 263, 152, A4
Is that before?
is a prevailing factor. I'm gonna read this resolution to you. It says, retiring canines resolution, resolution number 029 FY 2015. Whereas a donation properly accepted by Young County Commissioners Court, Young County Sheriff's Department is in possession of 2 canines. And whereas one such canine, Luca, a German breed trained for the detection of illegal drugs and subduing of the criminal in flight. And whereas the other, Boo Ray, is a bloodhound trained in the tracking of persons by scent left on the trail. And whereas Luca and Boo Ray have served Young County with dignity and valor. And whereas the time has come for Luca and Boo Ray to be retired from their official duties with the Young County Sheriff's Department. Now therefore be it resolved that Luca and Boo Ray are hereby retired in from Young County and Young County Sheriff's Department and relieved of their duties. Be it further resolved that good and proper care should be sought for their remaining retirement, and that in accordance with Texas Local Government Code, section 263.152A4, this court finds that those canines have served their usefulness and should be retired and donated to the County Humane Society, to the Young County Humane Society, a charitable organization, so that they then may be properly transferred to an organization or individual for their proper care. We have a motion to adopt that resolution. Only if I can write the resolution.
Is y'all's intent to replace the town?
Not present time, no, sir.
City of Grand Mountain?
Graham has one, and all we do is,
I made the motion, Jimmy's gonna say it.
Second.
and they've always been here responding to help us out with the rises.
Okay.
Officer Boudoir, do you have any personal knowledge of how well these dogs acclimate to civilian life?
No, sir.
No.
I've seen them in public though, and they're real friendly.
Like I said, Bloodhound, he'll do all right, but he's more laid back. It's good.
Thank you. Wait, don't you need to stay up here?
Yeah, you got to get this resolution.
Jim, would you want to stay up here too?
Yeah.
Sensuous.
We fight all one.
Mr. Hughes, was able to get us a lower rate on the financing, so $75,000 a year.
It's not something else to spend that money.
Not at all.
And I kind of wanted to, Charlotte and I talked about this, I think almost anything that we buy, and she's kind of looked it up, it is almost to, well, we're almost held to accountability to find almost put it out to competitive financing.
We need to read that article in the Linus County Progress about competitive bidding and on financing, so I think it still applies, we just don't get in trouble.
Understand?
We're getting through.
Bring the judge voted against the fuel.
Okay, this is a second item. Okay, yeah, discuss financing options for cop sync agreement.
To my understanding, the last meeting, we had approved the cop sync purchase, we were only discussing the financing end of it. And we've come back with a better financing option, which I would move to accept.
Greater than $1,000 and I'll second.
So what was the finance?
Right at 1,000. Yeah, so it was,
Setting on the license as well.
265.
We're setting on the rise.
Yeah, setting on the licenses and then the financing is lowered from a 3.985% interest rate to a 2.65.
2.65.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Sykes, a second by Pruitt, is that correct? Commissioner Pruitt, to finance, cop sync services.
Your first payment is due tomorrow, or today.
Well, this is
It'll be
not,
another billion.
this is
Don't
not
work out
American
the
National
items.
Leasing.
But
we have that in the budget, we're going
Judge,
to
look at
report
the sheet
from
of
our.
financing that you're looking at. And you'll see what we're okay. Okay.
And
That is American National. It's really not.
He's coming in tomorrow.
He and Cheryl will take care of it.
And that's at 2.65%.
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried, 5-0. Very good. You got that completed? Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
You want a copy of that, resolution?
If you don't mind.
We'll fax it to you.
You'll be turning those dogs over to the Humane Society?
We get a file mark on it, we'll fax it to you.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Which one right now, you want to wait on? Oh, where's it? You jumped all around, now we're on 13.
Who would put numbers on this thing?
Excuse me?
Why would we put numbers on this thing? Just bullet. Oh, shit, that little thing, that's the way we jump around, they go down, and that's perfect.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, item number 13. Consider historical commission annual report. I believe we got Miss Cox, Miss Smith, Miss
Mr. Foster.
We tried to bring Gay Storms, but she was out of office.
We've got a report in your package. Delivered, so put together very nicely, young lady.
Very thorough.
Turn the item over to you.
We just wanted to present this annual report to you, and we do have one amendment that Ann Daly brought to my attention. I do have a couple of receipts I need to turn in, of course, some additional stamps and envelopes for the last mail out. So we spent an additional $54 that's not reflected here on the expenditures. And Ms. Daly said that we probably need to present our expenditures to you from now on for approval. Is that your pleasure? Or, I mean, we're not spending a whole lot, but do we need to
What
do
were you
that?
asking?
Do we need to present our expenditures to you for approval before she pays?
Yeah, they need to be, they'll need to come through the court system, just like our regular vouchers do. And we'll process that accordingly.
Should we put a price tag on something like that? I mean, if they're having to buy something for $5, do they have to go to the court? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And we usually combine it together. If we do a mail out, then there will be stamps and additional items. So
yeah, I think the expenditure from the historical commission, they should come through
To be
the court
approved.
voucher process.
Yeah, it's approved every second, fourth month.
Okay.
Just try to get the bills into the auditor's office.
do you want it now? I've got the one that,
Just give us Cheryl.
Give it a share.
Send that to Sheriff
thank you.
or our treasurer.
Do you want a copy?
Yeah.
Yes. And we just wanted to make note that we've been doing this as a team. We've only had one elected officer, which is Red. And so during
along the way.
during the reorganization, we've all worked together, and we wanted you to know that Gay Storms was a part of that as well, even though she's not here today. And then we also wanted to thank members of the county that were so helpful to us. Timmy Hall is the one that created letterhead and everything for us and got us on track. Ann Daly has been functioning as our treasurer and has taken really good care of us. And Marcia and Rebecca in 911 have allowed us to borrow their projector for our meetings. So we're really appreciative of that. And, we just
Glad to
wanted-
see the commission kind of getting back rolling.
So we've offered some really quality meetings, we had a very short technical, meeting, allotment to meet. And it was in a time of the year that we traditionally don't meet. So it turned out really well. I think we had some meetings offered, had some quality meetings and a lot of people, a lot of attendees.
Are you
Pleasantly
having-
surprised.
Are you having some new member attendance?
Yes.
Good, very good.
And also, this is y'all's history too. This is all of your constituents' history. So if y'all have any suggestions or input or on subjects or anything,
Most
please
of it's
feel
going to keep
free.
secret.
Huh?
Most of it's going to keep secret.
Oh, that's good. I mean, feel free to contact us because there's a lot of history here that hasn't been fleshed out yet. So, any input?
I've got something, when I was reading this, it talked about the demolition of buildings in town. To notify you guys before they're demolished. As long as I've been here, I've been concerned about a small house that sits over by the junior high school on the corner of 3rd and Virginia. understand that old frame house is built around the original trader's shack for the old Indian school. So you guys might wanna check on that. When I looked at the house once to insure it, I was shown the inner part where it had been annexed around it. It was
Built around the what?
the trading post for the old Indian school that was out on Finest Road. So they came to town and did their trading.
Is that the northwest corner or the north?
It would be the northeast corner.
Okay.
You might just verify that. Once again, that's anecdotal. So if it's
Where
there, it might
starts.
need to be, you know.
Yeah.
Suzanne's gonna turn these expenses in to Ann today, so I just wanted to show them to y'all. It's for,
You want to pass those, run back up there to the voucher system and run those pass through?
yes, if that's a bigger place to do it, so we can go ahead and get her a check cut.
It's all.
I just saying.
I thought it was a good report, and I'm glad to get that report.
That's pretty comprehensive.
Commend all of you for getting that historical commission back up and rolling and meeting again. And I hope you get, I think I sent you one new member. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Mhm.
Sarah's excited. You've made her year.
So that just happened to occur at the right time. This,
You did.
Mr. Foster, you've done a very good job of letting these ladies make you look good.
I don't think I'll comment on that.
That's not.
No, they do a great job.
okay, well, in January,
They even make me look good.
Good, there you go.
you'll present to us a roster.
We will.
And we'll, pretty sure we will.
We'll take a good hard look at it.
Membership, establish that as the new roster of the Young County Historical Commission. Or do you plan on still having just one officer, or are you going to have a few officers?
We need more. I mean, really, it took all of us, every month, so.
It was, there were three that were, in the integral and trying the reorganization. It was a lot going on. But we have elections in January. Is it soon enough?
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, there's sometime around the middle of the month, submit that list of members. We'll get that on the docket, on the agenda.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you, Jim, for your time.
Very well, thank you. We'll move back up here to, if you hold on this minute, we'll move right back up here to the vouchers, real fast. You got a voucher for
I
now?
do, I have one for Susan Smith for reimbursement for a total of $53.87, $49 for roll stamps, and $4.87 for envelopes and paper.
That's for 53,
$53.87.
87.
So much to approve that.
That is to come out of the historical commission.
Yes, and I'll give this to Ann Day and Rob check.
Okay, all in favor? Carry. 5-0. You get that right away. Who's like that?
Jimmy did, I seconded it. Guess we'll get one more thing later. Right, no?
60% chance this one.
No, that one's way off.
But, burn restrictions?
Just no action, no
No action.
adjourn.
We need a motion to adjourn.
You always have one in the air somewhere.
Indeed.
I'll second Jimmy.
Okay, is there anybody opposed to adjourning? Well, then we adjourn.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.